There's a Phantom 4 Pro in here. That's something for another video, but it's pretty cool. I'm excited about this. So today I was watching YouTube. I spend time doing that often, and I stumbled across Peter Mckinnon's video. Now, if you're a drone hobbyist or a flyer, or maybe just somebody who's just getting into the hobby of drones, you probably have stumbled across Pete's channel before. Can I call you Pete? I'm gonna call you Pete. But he uploaded this video called $5,000 Fine, Never Flying a Drone Again. And it bothered me, and we're gonna talk about it, so stick around. What's up? Welcome back, everybody. My name's Original Dobo, and here on my channel, I do drone and tech related content. So if that's at all interesting, definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button before you leave this video. So Peter Mckinnon uploaded this video today talking about the new Canadian drone laws. Now, there's a lot that I think was good about his video, but there was a lot that I feel is just really bad and just wrong. And unfortunately, I'm gonna call him out for it because I think it's misleading videos like that are detrimental to the hobby of drone flying. Whether you're a commercial pilot or you're a hobbyist, it's just not good to see things like this. So he starts out the video talking about the new Canadian drone laws. Now, the new drone laws in Canada are somewhat similar to the laws here in the US, just a little bit different. They essentially have two brackets that you can fall under, basic or advanced. They don't call it 107, but anyways, it makes you take a test depending on what skill level you want to fly at. If you want to fly around people or in controlled airspace, well, you need an advanced skill class. If you want to fly, just somewhat recreationally, you need a basic skill level and the basic test. But he makes it seem like this is incredibly hard or difficult to do. And the reality of it is if it's anything like the 107 test, the 107 test can be a bit confusing, somewhat archaic, but anything worth doing is worth doing right, and it's honestly not that hard to study. Now, it looks like Canada's providing a couple of different flight schools that you can choose from. There's no, ETA as far as pricing goes, or at least I didn't see it in this article on how much this test would cost or how many times you have to renew it. I don't know if it's like the US in that manner, but I know here in the States, the 107 is 150 bucks. Is it expensive? Yeah, it's pretty expensive for 2 years, but if you're a commercial pilot, then it's worth it. I understand that for a lot of hobbyists, and this is a hot topic and something that I feel like I haven't been empathetic enough about, is the fact that I get it. You just bought a drone and now you're in a controlled airspace and legally you can't fly. And you are trying to do right by the law, not flying in controlled airspace. I understand that. And the fact that they put laws in place without actually putting an authorization system in place makes a lot of you angry. But I don't think that adversity should be a reason to quit. And when I read Peter's title, it's like, okay, things got tougher, fuck it, I'm done. Like that's not the right thing. And for somebody who has that much reach to put out a message like that, and he did it in sort of like a lighthearted way, but some people may be looking at buying a drone and they're like, wow, I can't fly anywhere, and definitely I can't fly legally. And they may think it's really tough. But honestly, if you study for any test, whether you're here in Canada or in the US, it's not hard. It's just like sort of being in school. You had to study for tests to get good grades. And he said it takes, it took 10 hours a day to study for a test. Quite frankly, again, if it's anything like the 107, and I'm comparing it to the 107 because I'm pretty sure that they base something off of what we have here in the States, because it's very similar, that it's really not hard to do. And honestly, it took me maybe 6 hours of study in total, 3 hours a night, watching Tony Northrup's video about airspaces and just general understanding. And obviously Remote Pilot 101 was a big resource. And then I went and took the test, and it took me 25 minutes to take a test in which I passed with a 85, I believe. And honestly, whether you get 100 or you get a 70, passing is passing. So again, I don't know a lot about the Canadian laws, but it doesn't seem impossible. It's just going to take a little bit more effort. Now, I get it. Some of you may be RC pilots and you're like, well, I don't need this. We've never needed this before. And again, I can empathize and understand that this is sort of disheartening, But again, it's the laws and we can't really do much. You know, we can push back on things, but in the end, they're gonna eventually win and you have to sort of adapt. So if there's any takeaway from the message that I'm putting out, is that adversity doesn't mean you give up. You just find another way. And if you enjoy this hobby, whether you're a commercial pilot or a hobbyist, you know, do whatever you have to do to keep flying. And, you know, honestly, that video really bothered me. And I wish he would change the title a little bit because it's just really misleading, because when I first started watching the video, I honestly thought he was fined $5,000 for flying. My heart sort of sank. I'm like, oh crap, that's not good. I mean, if it was here in the States and you were fined by, let's say, the FAA, I promise you there was probably no fine that's gonna be $5,000. Maybe if you were flying in a national park, but still, it's just videos like this that do a disservice to this community of people who, this is what you do, you fly. This is what you're into on YouTube, you fly. And that's sort of my channel. I do tech and stuff, but primarily I really enjoy drones. I care about, you know, what's happening, even though it may seem at times where I'm just like, oh, screw it, go get your 107, call it a day. That's not the case by any means. I really do feel like they need to take care of the hobbyists across the board. But anyways, if you enjoy flying, study, do what you can, get your license, and, you know, just know that there is a vast amount of people out there willing to help you understand what you need to know about flying safely and correctly. And don't give up just because the government makes it harder. Find another way, don't let them win. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I'll see you next time. Stay original.